How's it going, guys? So we're starting this video off with a little drive. I've got to drive out to Archerfield because I have found a JDM import CRV completely intact with interior, rear, grab handles, dash handle, dash glove box, everything. Temp clock. So I'm gonna go just take at least a few things. And there we go. Dash grab bar and rear grab bars. Wow, that is a fucking awesome way to start off this vlog. I have spent about a year and a half, maybe 2 years looking for those grab bars at a reasonable price. Usually the dash grab bar I find for $80 plus shipping, and those rear ones, I can't believe how cheap I got them. I paid $25 each, and I normally find them online for $250 US or more. I've never found them for less. So the fact that I just got them for $50 and then the dash bar for 60, and that's all Australian, I'm stoked, man. That's fucking excellent. So by some stroke of luck on a Friday afternoon, my Bonnet Struts actually got delivered. So I have stuff to do for the weekend, or rather Friday afternoon, because this is going to take me like 10 minutes. So I've just gone and replaced the first bolt with the part for the shock. If you come over here, it's just this bolt, and then they come with these plates that just go onto here with these. So that's pretty mean. Apologies for the shitty lighting during all of that. It's raining, it's night time, I'm not pulling out lights. I just wanted to smash this out because it's Friday afternoon, and last minute these actually arrived in the mail. I was expecting to not get them until Monday, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, now they're in, I'm going to go inside. It's done for today. I'm going to come back and do some more stuff tomorrow. Okay, so I'm really glad I have the glove box instead of my airbag right now, because I don't have to disconnect my battery for this. But basically, I'm just lining up the grab bar, about to drill it. I know roughly where I need to drill on this side, around there. You can also see which side is which, just given that one side has a bit more of a angle to it, whereas one's flat. So this one's got the angle, this side's flat. So the flat side, obviously, you want there, and then the angled bit there. So hopefully, for at least some part, it will form to that. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera down now because this is going to take me a minute, and I need to sort of take my time and be careful because I don't want to ruin my dash. And in the interest of showing my mistakes, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I've done wrong here. So when I was lining it up, I missed the hole. I was wondering why I couldn't see it. I was a little bit off. Thankfully, even in the right position, it's going to cover the holes that I drilled that missed. Completely out of sight, out of mind, but damn, that kind of sucks. But what you'll see back here, you see that little nub in the back there where the hole is on the left, that plastic nub, that's actually where it's going to come out against. That's going to give you all the bracing as well. So I just need to widen that now. So my measurements were a little bit off, but again, that's okay. And that is the grab bar installed. All nice and solid. I just chucked a washer behind it on this side. Didn't do this side, but yeah, seems pretty freaking good. How's it going, guys? So it has been a minute since I've done anything on the Honda, but we've got a few things on the agenda. So first of all, these bolts are for these trailing arm spaces, which are 3" in length. So I'm going to go ahead and pop them in now because they've been sitting, well, honestly, these trailing arm spaces got made back in like November, and I picked them up in April, and they're going in June. Yeah, cool. I just want to fucking smash this one out, so I'm just going to quickly pop that wheel up, get a jack stand under, pull the old bolts out, put the new ones in, and then remove it one side at a time. So I'll just quickly smash that out now. Now, it's actually super important to remember that I'm going from a 2-inch trailing arm space to a 3-inch trailing arm spacer. I've had to correct a lot. The main issue I've been leading into that made me need to do the 3-inch trailing arm spacer is, one, this space here is obviously not enough to clear 31s, which I'm test fitting. And the other thing is the angle of this. You can see that it's slanting off to the side right now. It's not as straight as it needs to be. So we'll come back and we'll have another look at that once I've got this side in as well. But to kick things off, let's have a look. We've got maybe 3 centimeters between the tire and the furthest part of where the guard starts. And we've got 14 centimeters between the tire and the start of the fender. About 13.5 really. Now, just as an interesting little extra, I've gone and jacked the car up and we're sitting at 18.5 centimeters. So it's about 4 centimeters of travel there. Another little trick you can utilize is when fitting the side with the cutout for the brace bar in, you can go ahead and just slightly loosen this, remove these two, and just pivot it out of the way. So that way, when you actually go to bolt it back up, leave both sides a little bit loose, press this back against it. That way you'll get the angle perfect. Thread these 2 bolts and tighten it down, and then you can go tighten down the rest. And that way you know that you're still going to be able to get your brace bar back in. Because what I just did was I tightened these up and I went to put it back in and it wouldn't fit. So now that I've got it back in place, I can tighten these down and then tighten these down and it'll fit just like the other side. And we're done installing those now. You can see space there. Let's go ahead, drop this back onto the ground and measure up, shall we? We got about an extra centimeter of clearance there. And we're sitting at about 16.5 here. So we got 2 centimeters of height, maybe 1.5. And then we got a clear centimeter here of extra clearance. So we're good for 31s, I'm pretty certain. Honestly, as you can see, this is looking a little bit straighter than it was before. Yeah, still not perfect. That drop bracket for the toe arm will fix that, but we are pretty damn good now. So old mate down there is just welding a new nut into my subframe. The old familiar walk through the wrecker's yard to the Hondas because I need a CV. I realized my driver's side is fucked. So last up on the agenda for today, now that that subframe thread there has been fixed, is replace the CV, because you see the bearings are all chipped up from inside the inner CV cup. So I've gone and removed the CV from the inner cup. I'm borrowing a rattle gun to get this off because I've lost the charger for my rattle gun and it's dead and I can't buy a replacement. They've got to order it in. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. But once I get the replacement CV in, that'll actually be good because this CV is old. I think this is still an original CV for the car. Obviously chip bearings, but you can see it didn't really have that much grease left in there anyway. I had a tube of CV grease. You can kind of see the tube there. So I'd purchased that to repack it, but obviously pulling it out now, so I do have a spare thing of CV grease. I don't know if this needs re-greasing. It will need rebooting eventually because those boots, they're showing some age, but it's gonna get me going, so that's the biggest thing. And then I also bought a replacement tow hook because I can't even bolt my brace bar up on the other side right now because of how bent out of shape that bracket is. Alrighty, so replacement CV, new nut welded in, done a bolt check all around. All that's left now is to give it a test run and see if I crash or not. Typical Isaac shit, gets his car fixed and immediately sends it up a hill. I wonder if they've still got the big dirt mound at the end of this fucking thing, blocking the spot that I like to go chill. Oh, they do, I can see it. Now, oh, except some fucking legend has clearly come through here and cut a new one in because that's lit. Thanks, mate. Booyah. So we came out here just to quickly scope out a little track, because this is running and he's got a car, because
I have a car.
yeah. Alrighty, so clearly you saw us on that night run just scoping out a track. Basically on the track that I was in earlier in the day, there's a big steep hill that I have been up, not in the Honda though, in something with low range and a center diff lock, and it crawled up it pretty well, but it was steep and spooky. I really want to hit it in the Honda because it's a pretty spooky one and it's very steep, and I mean steep hills, man, it's always a fun send, it's always a fun challenge, especially because people say these can't drive up steep hills. Anyway, the point that I'm kind of trying to get to right now is on the drive home on the highway, this thing swaying like an absolute motherfucker. So I've actually had to go and pull those 3-inch trailing arm spacers back out, and I just want to run over why I had to do that. Okay, so if you think about the factory orientation of this trailing arm, right? These wouldn't be here, and neither would that 2-inch lift spacer there. So this whole arm would be receding into this crevice a bit more. Now with a 2-inch spacer there and a 1.5-inch spring, these spacers aren't enough to level out this side of the arm. So I got those 3-inch spacers. However, the issue with the 3-inch spacers is I haven't dropped down at the toe arm here. So this is then maxing out. So this is, you know, forced on this angle here, where really it should be straight and allowing for a full range of motion here. If I put those 3-inch trailing arm spacers back in, this has almost no articulation left. So it's literally just like bouncing up and down because it's on the limits of its travel. So I need these toe drop brackets that I've ordered from HRG. They get welded in here. Unfortunately, it does mean I will have to remove this brace bar, which I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is. That toe drop will then level out this arm for the 3-inch trailing arm spacer so that this will all be perfectly level. I'll have no caster forward, and I'll have much more toe adjustment in this way because the brackets basically drop down and come this way. So instead of needing to shorten these, I could actually extend these out and get a perfect toe alignment with this toe drop bracket, because it'll be able to adjust in further and it'll also be leveled down. So that's why I've had to pull these trailing arm spacers out, put the 2-inch back in. It is still swaying with these because I have got too much lift back here for no toe drop bracket. My trailing arm drop is mismatched to my lift. I've got the camber arm drop bracket, but that's not being compensated at the toe drop, so I am still getting some weird suspension stuff happening. It is still fishtailing a bit at the back. It's controllable, but to get it safe, I really need that toe drop bracket to align everything right, and then I can put these back in, and my rear end will be lining up fucking solid. But I just wanted to explain that for everyone because I've been having a lot of confusion with it myself. So I've just gone and heat shrinked most of it. You can see this one, the wires over here, so they're all grouped together. Now I've just got the one that's going to run to my foglight grill, and I've just insulated both the wires with a nice long piece of heat shrink. Okay, so we're at the annoying stage where I found out I don't have a flat spade crimp, and I'm not going back to J-Car because that's like a 25-minute drive each way. So I'm just going to solder these together and then heat shrink over it, and hopefully it doesn't come loose. Well, that was a pain in the ass, but the solder is under there. It's holding pretty well. Now this just connects back to this, and I'll put on the ring terminals and we can test it. So I've gone ahead and finished my wiring. So I've got wiring running down to this little connector here for the fog light there. I got wiring running along the back here behind the battery, coming out under the fuse, down along here to this little connector down here. That's for fog light here. And then the other wiring I have, because I've got 2 things connected to each terminal, is my UHF, which, time to see if it works. Mint, that works. And test number 2, flick that fog light grill on. Oh damn, that looks cool as. Not gonna lie, it does not put off all that much light, but I do like how it makes the front end look. Just gives it a bit of light and color, so that's definitely staying. Let's just pull this bonnet down and see how it looks. I haven't left anything in here, have I? No tools you can see. Tell me if you see any tools. Got 3, 2. Yeah, cool. No tools left in here. That's always nice. Damn. That's me. Y'all remember how I mentioned a hill send? This is the hill send. Nobody trying to bog at the top, so you're not going to do it. Okay. Totally seamless segue. That's where we're going to end the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I know this is a little bit of an abrupt ending. I didn't really tie things up neatly. I was going to have my rebuild of the rear disc conversion in this episode. I've actually got all the footage filmed. It's done now, but the video would be 20 minutes longer, and I'm not doing that. These videos are already getting too long in my opinion. I want to get back down to that 15-minute mark max, so that's where we're ending this one. I hope you like the new format. I'm trying to cut down the music because I know a lot of people are starting to find it a bit tedious hearing the repetitive music while I'm doing stuff. So keeping it nitty and gritty for the vlogs where we just go down, get shit done in the car or on the car. Adventure style videos and all my exploration and four-wheel driving stuff, that is going to stay the same because that's how I edit. That's how I love to make those videos. They're not going anywhere. But for the nitty gritty, getting shit done, bare bones is the way of the future. Unless you guys tell me otherwise. So let me know if you don't like it, because obviously I'm not going to continue doing it if that's the case. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down and just fuck off already. We're sick of having to tell you that. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.